Hello and welcome to Update 7 on Hurricane Florence. Before this video does start, this is proudly sponsored by Penrod's Weather, Freeman Forecast, and Floyd Glass and Window. You can check them all out in the links below. Let's get started right now. Here's the hurricane. It's rapidly intensified even farther than I thought it would. Winds of 140 miles an hour and a pressure of 942 hectopascals. The system is moving west-northwest at 13 miles an hour and will be headed towards the United States coast and striking within the next 3 days. Here's the current track. Category 5 is expected, although brief, it is expected to become one, in my opinion. The conditions are just overwhelmingly favorable for at least a small and brief period of Category 5 status. Here's the thing you need to know. If you're in South Carolina or North Carolina, you're getting impacted by this. And if it's a Category 2, 3, 4, or 5, and it could be any of those by the time it makes landfall, it's not going to matter too much, because it's going to be a Category 4 at least approaching landfall, at least if I'm correct. And if it does that, when it weakens, it's not going to stop the storm surge, or the flooding, or the rain. Here's the thing, you can get to a safe shelter for strong winds, I guarantee it, but you cannot get into a safe shelter for flooding. There are not many places that are safe for that. So, here's what needs to happen. If your local officials tell you you need to go, you need to leave, because your life is in danger if you do not. So please, if local officials tell you to leave, you need to leave right then and there. You need to pack up your stuff and you need to go. This hurricane is not going to lighten up too much and is going to be a very nasty storm for wherever it hits. Here's the other thing. After it moves inland, inland is getting impacted by this too. 15 to 25 inches of rain in some spots, because this thing's going to drastically slow down, and up to 55 inches in local areas was projected on one weather model. That's a worst case scenario. I don't think we're quite going to get that much, but still something to definitely be aware of. So, this is going to make landfall, and this is going to have bad impacts. And no matter what the case is, if your local officials tell you you need to leave, you need to leave. The National Hurricane Center has not issued any watches or warnings yet, although that will likely happen here in short order. Getting into tropical threats, those haven't really changed. High threat of wind damage. Storm surge is high. If there was a very high, I'd be putting that on there. And flooding, there is also a high threat. Sea surface temperatures are looking great, well, pretty obvious. That's been the way Florence has been looking, and is the way it will look for the rest of its life, moving into even warmer sea surface temperatures, which is going to mean it's just going to be able to explode. Here's the other thing, wind shear. Wind shear is looking slightly unfavorable ahead of the storm. The unfortunate thing being this is probably going to remain there, and there's a chance this may not even impact Florence that much, and even if it does, it's going to maintain that Category 4 intensity. But yeah, it's not in much shear right now and has the potential to strengthen. You can check me out on social media at Microcasting on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. This is Microcasting St. Louis, signing out.